Vaulters is an incredible charity.
Hi! Hi, I'm Darcy.
Hi, Virginia.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet
Hi,
you, lady.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Rick.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm so excited.
About the 27 to 30 years, we ran out of space. We tried to keep the kids on the wall.
Oh my goodness.
Families.
Okay, we've got to. Are you getting that?
This girl here was, she was 9 when she started with us.
Wow.
And she was one of the very few that I could say. And I told her at that age, I said, you know what, one day you're going to be at World Championships. This was World Equestrian Games in 2010. And
Wow.
she and he were both, we raised both of them.
Oh, wow.
And they were both on the team that won the
They
World
won.
Championships.
Woo!
You know,
Yeah, that
so
is amazing.
it's like it's how does one program who does so much to change lives for us handicapped and still have world championships champion. We say handicap, still world, but I haven't heard anything better yet because the government and medical field still says handicap. Okay, we've got disabled out there, but I worked at the Disabled Student Center at Cal Poly where I learned about vaulting.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and people would come in and they'd go, got a new name for us. And we're like, okay, disabled.
Oh,
And the next day the same person would come back and go, how about handicapable?
that's amazing what they came up
And,
with.
but I figured it out one day. I said, you know what? In golf and bowling and horse racing and everything, they use handicap. But what do they use it for? To make a level playing field. And I said, by God, that's what we try to do here, is level the playing field for all of these people. They learn that the only difference between them and the handicap is outward appearance, that inside
Insane.
they're all the same.
Absolutely.
And the handicap learn that they can do whatever they want as long as they try. And we've had the ones, I had 2 autistic vaulters go to nationals.
Wow.
And one of them was at the trot and the other was at the canter. That's how they separate the levels. And the one at the trot, the judges have no idea, the nationals judges, they had no idea, but this kid was so on that day that he did, we knew he did a really cool job. When they called for the male national champion at the trot, and they called his name, the next morning when he was sitting at a palm tree, because it's Ventura,
Right.
and she walked by and he had this big blue ribbon in his hand and he's sitting there looking at it with the biggest smile you'll ever see.
It was worth $1 million. It really was.
The other one? Yeah, please. So many tears.
No more of that.
But that's what our life is stories like that. And the horses, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of these horses have their stories. Talk about rescues. That guy there,
Which one?
Sherman. He was at the racetrack. I was helping my dad with his horses there, and this lady came up and she says, Rick, I got a horse for your vaulting. And I said, great, where? And she said, well, this one. And his ears were together and flat. You couldn't see them. Which means just make my day.
Yeah.
You know, so
Rage.
I said, thank you, but we just got a horse. A few weeks later, she says, look, you got to try this horse. I know he'd be great for you. So we went over to her house, took our tack, put it on the horse. She sent him out on the line, and I went out while he was trotting around. I took the handle, jumped up on him, and half a circle later said, forget it, we'll buy him.
He's fine, he said.
You know? And all of her kids jumped up on him and did all of their, what we call compulsory exercises, I'll explain to you. But they were doing all the vaulting stuff, but he never got trained. He was just made for it.
Wow.
And the handicapped that he's helped over the years. Her name's Tessa. We've only paid for one horse over the years. She's been in like 6 rose parades and all, but she was retired. And I saw this horse in the backyard, and I said, this horse cannot be
Now, is
retired.
there anything you want to tell? I know we kind of got caught, but did you want anything you wanted to tell everybody out there about their donation, what it's going to do to help you expand this beautiful
We have
vision?
been doing what we do for 37 years, and we would love to keep going and doing that same thing for many more years. It's been really tough since the economy went south in 2008, and I don't like to say negative things, but it's been a hard road since then. And with your help, we could bring out a lot more of the disabled students, the handicapped, and go to schools and just get out what we do and continue to help people and perform. I don't like the word miracle. I just like to say that we're just helping people to reach their potentials of what God has handed down, and we're there to help them, and we'd love to keep doing that. It costs about $6,000 a year just to keep a horse, just to feed, clean, so that takes a majority.
One horse or
of
like
one horse.
6,000 a year, just for
6,000 a
one
year.
horse.
And so that's what keeps us kind of working hard.
I mean, this is just incredible, this whole, like, everything that you have built, you and your wife.
We really, you have to believe with the story that it's all God-given. Our life is about showing this wonderful, what we call a sport, but it's so much more than a sport. It's what horses can do for people inside and out. We talk about money, but it's not just about the money. If you know somebody that is physically or mentally disabled or not, and just wants to learn how to do like gymnastics on a horse, it's also about getting people out, and take the lessons or learn to ride, just be around the horses. It's an experience that you won't soon forget, right?
Right. And I've got to tell you, there's people out there that are saying, hey, my child has certain disabilities, and I got to tell you, Rick and what he does here with his wife is just, I can't say enough adjectives to describe everything, but it's to hear people, even doctors, say, oh, this child couldn't do this child is not going to advance any further, and to hear his stories of how they excelled with these beautiful animals. I mean, it's something that can't be denied. So the inspirational book, when you get it, we are going to be donating to Valley View Vaulters. They do need your help. They have a lot of overkeep, like Rick said, $6,000 to take just care of one horse.
One horse.
And so they're doing a great job, but they need, everybody to come together to help. And please, please, please go get that book so that we can help them expand what they want to do. Whatever you do, help the Valley Vaulters out and sponsor a horse or tell other people about it, and please share today, okay?